many a comic book fan, the absolute genius of the Ditko-Lee collaboration was best demonstrated in Spider-Man issue number 33, the final chapter.
Do the list of the greatest superhero moments in comics. Up there, probably at number one, certainly in the top 2 or 3, is Spider-Man crushed by the weight of the fallen masonry, summoning his inner reserves and realizing that, you know, he can do it. And it's a pure Ditko moment as he pulls himself up.
Even the cover is great. It's just a word balloon-less image of Spider-Man struggling to lift the machinery while the water's dripping down on him.
Steve, and it had nothing to do with me, this was all Steve's idea, when he brought me the pages, he had devoted something like 3 full pages just showing Spider-Man pinned under that heavy weight and trying his best to extricate himself.
Pequeno momento aqui. Eu vou continuar vendo o vídeo com vocês. Na splash page, quando o Peter Parker joga todos esses destroços para cima, reparem a constituição muscular das pernas que o Ditko desenhou e o próprio torso. Em algumas fotos, as poucas mesmo, como o repórter disse lá no início do documentário, que mostram o ambiente de trabalho e o próprio Steve Ditko, o ambiente de trabalho dele e a lata dele, né? Vocês vão notar vários livros e diagramas de figura humana do Bernie Hogarth. Bernie Hogarth, que tem uma vasta bibliografia sobre desenho da figura humana, muito cultuada e celebrada pelas técnicas todas dele. Bernie Hogarth, que desenhou o Tarzan, depois de Harold Foster e de outros artistas célebres. Isso mostra como o Steve Ditko estava o tempo todo estudando, desenhando o gibi mensal ali, fazendo tudo, né? E ele estava ali estudando o desenho. E nessa figura do aranha, usando um espasmo muscular absurdo assim para se libertar, a gente nota a força da anatomia do Bernie Hogarth no desenho do Ditko.
Steve Ditko's drawing was completely expressive on its own, and the way that he told it in these very small panels with a very small figure of Spider-Man crushed under this immense weight of machinery, it told you everything that you needed to know.
Because he changes the shapes of the panels,
os painéis vão ficando altos.
The sense of both forward motion in time and the growing importance of the moment, added to the increase in effort that Spider-Man is making.
There were scenes of him like that and like that. I've got to get it off. I've got to get free for 3 pages.
That sequence made it kind of obvious that it was mainly the visual dynamics that were powering the scene. Yes, Stan Lee was putting balloons in that said, oh, I must try harder, no use, can't do it, and things like that.
Dá uma olhada. Olha a constituição ali das pernas e do tronco. Começando, ó. Se tu for olhar qualquer livro do Bernie Hogarth, tu vai perceber aquele modo como é feito o osso da rótula do joelho, o fêmur, tensionamento de bíceps.
Until finally, full page, he lifts the machine off. It's so brilliant a use of the medium. And this is when you bless a creator, because you say, this vindicates comics, because this can only be done in comics.
For most of my life, I've loved and enjoyed the work of Steve Ditko. For many years, I accepted that although he was still alive and well and working, I'd probably never get to read or hear his side of the story, much less meet him. But seeing as we've gone to all this trouble to tell his side of what went on as fairly as possible, I really couldn't give up without trying.
O cara foi tentar falar com o Ditko. Olha lá. Foi com o Neil Gaiman, cara.
Trusty sidekick, Neil Gaiman, the boy wonder, and asked for the chance to meet him face to face. I'm very excited. I'm outside this building here on West 51st Street, and we've established that Steve Ditko does still have an office here. So I'm going to call him now with the number, which I hope is correct. I might have to go and check it and see if he will speak to me. Oh, hello. Is that Mr. Ditko? Hello, Mr. Ditko. My name's Jonathan Ross. I'm a huge fan of your work, and I'm over here from London, England. Would it be possible for me to pop by and say hello to you and visit your studio? No? I couldn't entice you in any way whatsoever.
Eu não posso nem tocar em você.
Just to grasp you manfully by the hand and thank you for the many years of pleasure. Okay. Steve, I just wanted to say hello and thank you so much. Okay. Take care, Steve. Bye-bye. Just spoke to Steve Ditko. Essentially told me to fuck off. But in the most polite and firm manner I've ever encountered. Okay, shall we go and knock on his door?
Do you want to?
Yeah, well, not with the crew, but let's go up there and just see. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay. Me and Neil are now going to go and upset
Caralho, velho, ele vai usar o Neil Gaiman pra chegar perto do cara, velho.
him, but we've got to do it, haven't we, Neil?
I feel I am Robin to his Batman. I'm Speedy to his Green Arrow. I am Etta Candy to his Wonder Woman. I think we have to do this.
Etta Candy's an unusual reference point. Okay, see you guys. What should we do? Should we meet you down there and tell you? Just went and shook Steve Ditko's hand and had a long chat with him.
We had a very long chat with him.
We had a long chat with Steve Ditko, and he talked to us about creating Spider-Man, and I said, can I ask you a big favour, could I have my photograph taken? He went, oh no. He was so sweet.
O pior é que é pura verdade, velho. Ele não tirava foto, cara.
He was great. He gave us comics.
Fã, cara.
He gave us, look, he gave us
Comics.
He handed us some of his old.
And just absolutely.
And he said if he knew people would come knocking, he kind of wished he hadn't put his name on the door.
It was quite magical, actually. It was really, really cool. He answered all of Jonathan's questions, and even a few of mine. And I think that we shouldn't say any more, really.
We can't talk about it. It's a bit like Fight Club, okay? Yes. The first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. The first rule of Ditko is we can't share Ditko with you. Yes. But we went in search of Steve Ditko, and we found Steve Ditko, and that's all you need to know.
Steve Ditko was an original voice, both in his drawing style and in his writing and his politics. And I would say that today's audiences, if they're going to see things like the Spider-Man films, they should be painfully aware throughout every moment of the film that this is a character that was created by this extraordinary artist, Steve Ditko.
Opa. Escute.
So I went in search of Steve Ditko and I found him. And he was thoroughly decent and nice and charming and patient and didn't want to be filmed or photographed. And although you might feel a little bit let down, I'm afraid that's tough. I'd rather respect the wishes of a reclusive 80-year-old genius than bow to the basic instincts of my beloved audience. If it is any consolation, I can tell you that I phoned Steve, we're on first name terms now, of course, and asked him if I could interview him for this show, and of course, he said no. But in the course of that conversation, I told him just how much his work had meant to me and his thousands of other fans out there, and he seemed genuinely pleased. So it was all worthwhile, he asked. Yes, Steve, I said, it was all worthwhile.
Elegante. Pois é, meus caros. Pois é, meus caros. E esse foi, né, um documentário In Search of Steve Ditko, que tem esses momentos bem interessantes, esses depoimentos muito legais, essa encoxada do jornalista junto ao Alan Moore, né? Isso foi realmente pontualíssimo, assim. Então, posso dizer que quando eu vi pela primeira vez esse documentário, eu não sabia desses detalhes legais, né, envolvendo justamente a entrevista que o jornalista daria aliás, que o jornalista faria com o Stan Lee, né? Eu aconselho vocês muito a lerem o livro do meu amigo Roberto Guedes sobre o Steve Ditko. Ele também escreveu um livro sobre o Jack Kirby, inclusive um dos textos, né, de orelha do livro do amigo aqui que vos fala. O Roberto Guedes conseguiu fazer um levantamento muito interessante de informações sobre o Ditko. Entre elas, vocês sabiam que existia uma fantasia de Halloween muito semelhante ao uniforme do Aranha, que foi lançada no período em que o Steve Ditko era pré-adolescente, criança ali, e que talvez tenha influenciado a estética do personagem, porque não sei se alguns sabem, a primeira demanda visual de Spider-Man foi do Stan Lee para o Jack Kirby, e o Jack Kirby fez um herói pulp, né, com uma pistola que disparava teia, uns googles, né, uma roupa toda azul, amarela, um treco assim, e não era a pegada que o Stan Lee queria. Então, essas e outras informações muito legais sobre a carreira do Ditko e também algumas informações sobre o período dele na Charlton e na DC, vocês podem achar nesse livro do Roberto Guedes, fica aqui minha recomendação. Todo mundo sabe também, né, que o Ditko veio a falecer ali entre 2000, se não me engano foi 2017, o falecimento dele, estou enganado, 2017, 2018. Chegamos a fazer um ArgCast também sobre o Steve Ditko, você pode achar também no Spotify. E foi uma morte muito triste, ele morreu sozinho, né? Ele foi encontrado alguns dias depois da sua morte, pelo que foi presumido pelos legistas, e o seu espólio acabou ficando junto ao seu sobrinho e um dos fãs que ajudava ele na programação editorial da sua revista independente. Eu ainda me arrependo até hoje de ter perdido aquela edição em que o Steve Ditko botava a argumentação dele sobre os créditos os quais ele teria direito, né, como co-criador do Homem-Aranha. A gente se vê por aí. Gurizada apoiadora, que é lá do grupo do Telegram, a gente se fala logo mais. Um abraço!